Alright, shalom. All praise be to Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahushai, Ba'ashem Rechachodash. Double honors unto the apostles and the elders at Great Millstone who were well, and salutes unto the Archim who continue to push the word in truth and in sincerity. And the title of this one is Slow Punctures, Doctrines of Devils. Because what we find is that and it's like an order that's been out from the apostles when people, particular members, fall out and things of that nature. It's best not. They can be a cool person, but it's not about being a cool person, man. It's best not to communicate because they're like a slow puncture, alright, which leads to doctrines of devils, man. Now, when you deal with cars and mechanics, there's something called equilibrium and the balance of the car. Now, your front tires have to, it depends on the car you're driving, but according to the specs, the front tires have to be have a particular air pressure. The back tires have to have a particular air pressure. It depends on the make of the car, it depends on the type of car. A Jeep wouldn't be the same as like a hatchback or a saloon or whatever. So for that particular type of car, you have to have the right air pressure for the equilibrium and balance of the car to run smoothly, right? Now, when one tire isn't pumped up at the pressure it should be, that can mess up the steering of the car, the hydraulics of the car, and a lot of other things, the balance of the car. So it's imperative that the tires are correctly balanced out. Now, when people fall out, it's like a slow puncture. The tire doesn't pop straight away, but slowly, the air is leaking out. And the more the air leaks out, the less effective their balance becomes. They start going off, and then leads to doctrines of devils, man. Okay, and this is what proves, we're brothers, by nationality. Brothers like what each other's characters or whatever the case may be. We'll get along. Sometimes we don't get along, but as brothers, ultimately there's always love there. Even though that's good, that's not the binding factor which brings us together. The binding factor which brings us together is the truth. Okay, you can't come, or I can't come and talk about some other madness, but he's a brother. Nah, man, the moment you start going off on the smallest things, man, you're going to get looked at funny because you're a slow puncture, alright? And you're going to throw off the equilibrium of the rest of the car, which is the rest of the body, man. So that tire got to get changed out, man, for a new one. This is 1 Timothy 4, and it says, "Now the Spirit speaketh expressly that in the latter time some shall depart from the faith." Okay, and departing from the faith doesn't mean that you just go straight back into the world and, whatever, man. You could depart from the faith, but still be thinking you're part of the faith. I'll say that again, you could have departed from the faith, or I could depart from the faith. Most I forbid in your and my case that to happen. Most I forbid, where's that scripture, man? The deceived and deceiver are his. You could, anyone can be deceived to still believe they're still in the faith, still in the truth, but they've actually departed, giving heed to seducing spirits, man, and doctrines of devils. Alright, men have a problem. Some men, they have problems and this and that. What it really all goes back to is they have a problem with order, being under subjection, being accountable, to rank and order, which is set in place so that we're accountable to the Lord effectively as He wants to be accounted unto, man. And it goes all the way back to the spirit of Cain and Abel, man. Or say the spirit of Cain and Abel, the account of Cain and Abel, but the spirit of Cain. Cain brought a sacrifice, but it wasn't what the Lord required. It wasn't what the Lord had stipulated. Okay, within their inward parts at the time, which is the law. Alright, so them seducers, no, don't do it that way. Just do it this way. You don't have to give double honors to the apostles. You don't have to do this, you don't have to do that. Nah. All these demons, right? All these other doctrines, or you don't have to believe in Yahweh Shai, just go straight to Yahweh, them seducing spirits be working on people's minds, man, and which leads to doctrines of devils, man. And this is why it's important, man, to rebuke spirits, man. Thoughts come in your head, and maybe that's how the demons, you see, the thought just comes in your head, and it may be your voice speaking to you, whatever, but really it's a demon, that's messing with your inward parts, man. Of particular such characters. Maybe, that maybe spirit. Maybe you're the one. They've all got it wrong. You're right. Alright, you don't rebuke that spirit, and them spirits multiply in your vessel, man. Alright, to the point where you start preaching doctrines of devils, man. And the doctrine of devils is anything outside of the 100% truth, man. If you go off on any little point, then that's it, man. It's no longer holy. It's polluted. Okay. Yahweh said, not one jot, no one tittle in nowhere shall be changed from the law till all be fulfilled. So like a jot or a tittle was like a yad, like I think one of the smallest Hebrew characters. Okay, so if anything's changed, then it's not the truth anymore. Speaking lies in hypocrisy. Alright, you got men doing that, man, speaking lies in hypocrisy. Alright, how is it that you pushing something so hard, and then you want to all of a sudden, oh, don't mean that. Yeah, I've learned that it doesn't mean that. Okay, well, what about the madness you've put out there? Now, you have people listening to that. You can't just, oh yeah, don't mean that, means this now. Hypocrisy, man. But claiming to have the truth. If that's another sign. If someone's doctrine or what they teach isn't consistent, man, they're probably inwardly a hypocrite speaking lies, man. Having their conscience seared with a hot iron. I'll be conscious, man. We're all human, we're all in the flesh. I've made mistakes before. Don't talk about other people, I talk about myself. Right? Put myself out there. I've made mistakes before, man. You may say something wrong, or you may break down the scripture wrong. I remember one time, I can't remember the exact word, but I said a word meant something, I believe, and that wasn't the exact meaning of it. Or another time I was going through some genealogies and I got a name wrong, and you could say, oh, it's just a name. No. The integral thing to do would be, if it's severely off within the breakdowns, take it down, study and do it again. If the spirit's on you to do it again, but certainly take it down and study, Or if it's a minor mistake, you could just do a follow-up video of Salaki Arkim. I made a mistake here, I said this, I said that, when really it's this or it's that. That's the integral thing to do. But someone whose conscience is seared with a hot iron, they have no problem teaching madness. And then when they come to the realization of it, it's like they're the first person to have that discovery. And they won't even apologize for the madness they were teaching before. Oh yeah, I learned it doesn't mean that anymore. So yeah, what the fuck? But you've been spending how much time teaching it? Crazy, man. So that's pretty much it, man. These guys such candidates are slow punctures, man. Slow punctures. The air is slowly seeping out. The tire pressure of their spirit is going down, and it's gonna get to the point where they're deflated, man. Men that swore blind blue on the phone, that they'll never change the doctrine. All of a sudden, dissing the doctrine that they came upon them, man. It's crazy, man. It's, demons, man. Close out on this. Slow punctures, boy. No, that's not in that. Let me see if it's this. Tilaki, man. There we go. 2 Corinthians 13. Verse 5. Examine yourselves, whether you be in the faith, man. Prove your own selves. The word prove there is to put to the test, man. You know, the scripture says don't put the Lord to the test. The one that should be put to the test is us, man. You know, prove yourselves, man. Prove ourselves. Know we not your own selves, how that Yahweh shines in you, except he be reprobates. You know, so if you find that wild thoughts and, you know, random shit is coming out your mouth, you know, that's a cause for concern, man. You know, that is a heavy cause for concern. You know, this is why, man. And it is, you know, it may come across cocky. It's not intentional, but man, fuck these other groups, man. All you have affiliate camps and sincere brethren, you know, not you, man, but all you other offshoots and, you know, that don't want to acknowledge where this thing started and, you know, adhere to the right doctrine, just throw on a garment, spit in the faces of the men, metaphorically speaking, who taught you, or just not acknowledge them altogether, you know, man, just man, fuck you guys, man, you know, there's a lot of off-key doctrines out there. The Spirit had me doing a lot of watching, you know, studying and watching, you know, a lot of videos, man, and you got a lot of off-key guys, man. And that's even within the UK, man. You got a lot of shady, off-key guys, man. You know. Alright? You got a lot of off-key... Let me just put it like that, man. You got a lot of off-key dudes, man. But the Lord is going to expose all of that shit. Okay? Slow puncture, doctrine of devil, niggas, man. The Lord's going to fucking destroy yourself, man. Because the scriptures speak about they have ran, but I did not send them, man. Alright. When is it that, man? I'm out, man. Shalom.